Hello there everybody, Nico the Shrek here with Godzilla Domination. This is Shrekview number 6. Now, I'm going to jump straight into this as there's a little bit to say. Godzilla Domination is a kaiju fighter for the Game Boy Advance, and you didn't really see games like this on the Game Boy Advance at the time. I enjoy kaiju very much. I very much appreciate kaiju, giant mechs, all that stuff. All those kind of awesome beat the shit out of them and blow them up kind of things. You can guarantee I'll enjoy a game like that, or a movie like that, no less. So, jumping straight into the mechanics of the game, the controls. I had a little bit of a hard time with one thing, and that was the special moves. Also, I would like to say that the dodging mechanics or blocking mechanics are a little off. Being that this game is kind of a three-dimensional platformer where you can actually move around in all range, and you can actually move around your enemy, it's hard to determine where exactly your enemy is going to be thrusting at you from, and it's very difficult to block those attacks, especially if they're coming from an angle in which you're not blocking, because then you just continuously get hit and you don't know why. You find yourself wanting to just jump into the action and beat the shit out of everyone else before they can beat the shit out of you. And that's what it becomes, just a giant brawler, which I suppose isn't too bad, but for people who want to use strategy and be tactful about what they're doing, it's not all that great. So, the special moves. I mentioned I had a problem with that. And what I mean by that is, the special moves rely very much on the L and R triggers on the Game Boy Advance. Now, the L and R triggers are very unresponsive in this game when it comes to using them in unison. For some reason, the special moves just don't want to respond, and they want to be inconsistent when you do want to use them. I found myself using my special move a couple times on an enemy that was down when I was trying to wait for him to get up. And that frustrated me a lot, because I don't know exactly how to recharge my special move in this game, and it didn't really give me that explanation. I just had to jump right into it. So, being that as that may, definitely, I would look into that and see if maybe you guys can play around with it and figure it out, but I had a hard time, figuring out the special moves and using the triggers in unison, because the triggers in this game, particularly, are very, very unresponsive. But let's stop bashing it for a second. I would say visually, it is actually a really good game. The colors are good, the details are good, and the overall graphics, like the backgrounds, the detail in the backgrounds, and the destructible buildings and all that stuff, they actually did a really good job with that. I'm impressed, being that it's in Game Boy Advance game, and they didn't really have a lot of power to work with. So, definitely a positive on that. Nothing wrong with it visually. The audio was really good. I enjoyed the little Godzilla roars. I love hearing that. That's awesome. The music, the soundtrack was fantastic. Nothing wrong with it at all. It had me actually really going there for a second when I was playing the game. I found myself enjoying it very much, and the soundtrack actually had something to do with that, because I felt very like, alright, let's go, I'm gonna beat your ass, and the music kept you kind of motivated to play. This game plays in a multiplayer fashion. It's 2 to 4 players if you're gonna do multiplayer, and that is kind of cool. It adds an element of like, alright, everybody jump in and get involved and beat everybody's ass. It was a lot of fun, and I did display the 4-player combat for you guys, just so you could see it was 2 to 4 players, and that would just make it so much fun if I had other people to play with, as opposed to just the computers. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. So anyway, overall, I'm going to Shrekview this at a 4 out of 5. 4 because the dodging mechanics were not all that great, and the special move system was really hard to figure out at best. And I really feel that could have been touched up on. And had they gotten those down pat, I would have given it a 5 out of 5, but that's not the case. So thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.